Give it to me like.
Weekly analysis breakdown NASDAQ, 100 Dow Jones SPX 500, and Russell 2000. Join GrantFX Daily now on Telegram and subscribe to YouTube channel.
So welcome to the GrantFX Daily channel. So this week I'm going to give my outlook for Dow Jones Industrial Average for US30. So I'm going to give my perspective analysis for the week ahead for US30. My recommended broker is Think Markets. Think Markets is a regular broker in South Africa. So basically I'm from South Africa. Think Markets is a very good broker, a reliable broker. So basically I'm going to give my outlook for US30. You can see that I do have a different perspective since last week's weekly close. I do have a different perspective for US30. So is US30 out of its bear market? I do see it basically, but I don't see it for the other indexes, which I mean NASDAQ 100, S&P 500, even the Russell 2000. So basically I don't see a trend that's broken there on, to see that it's out of its bear market, but I do see a different perspective for US30. So this is analysis basically is about is US30 out of its bear market. So basically we can see that last week's push actually was a good push for US30. It had its greatest week since 2020, since the COVID pandemic hit us. So basically US30 had its best weekly gain since 2020. Actually rose for the day. It actually rose around 1,000 points, I think, Thursday or the Friday. Basically when the CPI numbers came out last week, so indicate that inflation has cooled down. So the Fed can maybe slow down its pace with interest rate hikes. Maybe we are aiming for a 50 basis points rate hike within December. So we are maybe heading for that rate hike in December. But we can see that US30 is slightly positive for the day and for the week. So let me just head over to the daily time frame. We can see that US30 is just slightly below its daily close of last week Friday's close. Basically that candle of Friday indicates some indecision there for buyers or sellers to take over. So the market is a bit confused now. Either buyers can take over or sellers can take over. But I can do see that it is positive for the day, slightly below Friday's close. Let me just check the percentage there. So US30 is actually down 0.10%, slightly in negative territory there. So you can see that this yellow lines is my moving average is what I use. Basically in my previous video I do said that I do use the 8 to the 14-day moving period averages. It works well, has a coat of blanket. It gives me nice insight and nice trend as well. Basically works similar to a trend line. So yeah, you can see that here in October month, you can see that the market actually broke above these trend lines moving averages, and it actually tested and went up, test and went up, test and went up, test. So it works as a nice coat of blanket for support for the market, and you can get entries as well with these moving averages. So this is the daily time frame for US30. So now I'm going to give my perspective with my strategy that I use. So basically is US30 out of its bear market. So that's the analysis that I'm going to give. So I'm going to head back to the weekly time frame. But before I give this analysis, I'm just going to give my economic data for the week ahead, as well as important news insights. So yeah, basically for this week we do have US data coming out. Stocks is basically crypto turmoil as well. So the UK budget and China data also releasing this week. So basically there are concerns of crypto. So basically Bitcoin was down for over the weekend. I think Bitcoin is roughly trading now between 17,000 or 16,000. So yeah, FTX CEO has resigned as well. So concerns over the viability of the crypto ecosystems are continuing to swell in the wake of the collapse of the crypto exchange FTX. So FTX, which filed for bankruptcy on Friday, was engulfed in more chaos on Saturday when the exchange said it had detected unauthorized access in analysis. Said of hundreds of millions of dollars of assets has been moved from the platform in the suspicious circumstances. So rival exchange Binance stopped accepting deposits of FTX FTT token on its platform on Sunday and urged other exchanges to do the same. Investors are now waiting to assess the extent of contagion within crypto markets, which have already taken a beating this year, as central banks reverse pandemic era monetary policy. So basically, there we have a collapse of FTXX. So stocks, yeah, the Nasdaq rose basically 8% last week, for its biggest weekly percentage gain since March, while the S&P rose 5% for the week, and the Dow added actually 4.15% on hopes for a less hawkish Fed. We got a potential view that the Fed may not need to get as horrible as we thought over the last couple of weeks. Risk could be stabilizing here, but the Fed is unlikely to be swayed by a single inflation print, and base rebounds fueled by Fed-related optimism have crumbled this year after discouraging economic data for pushback from policymakers. Worries about an economic turndown have hammered equities this year. The S&P 500 remains down around 16% for year to date, on track for its largest annual decline since 2008, since the financial crisis. US data, we do have US inflation last week. US inflation data fueled expectations that the Fed will get less aggressive with rate hikes from December, after a 4 consecutive 75 basis point was increased. So Wednesday's retail sales numbers for October should provide insight into how consumers are faring ahead of the key holiday shopping season amid historically high inflation. So basically, we do have retail sales releasing this week, as well unemployment claims. We do have PPI releasing as well. So in economists are expecting an increase of 0.8%. A stronger than expecting read could be seen as a sign that the Fed still has more work to do in cooling the economy. The US is also to release October data on PPI inflation, industrial production, housing, and existing home sales as well. Releasing the housing data is likely to show the ongoing impact of the rapid rise in interest rates so far this year. So yeah, that's the outlook for the week ahead. In the coming week, investors will be looking at the spate of US data, including Wednesday's retail sales report, for more insight into whether the Federal Reserve's aggressive rate hikes are cooling the economy. So yeah, that's all on the data front there. So let me just head over to the economic calendar. Basically today we do have I think one of the Fed speaking today. FOMC member Brainard speaks today as well for the USD there. And tomorrow, for Tuesday, we do have the Empire State Manufacturing Index PPI as well, and core PPI. And we do have G20 meetings all day tomorrow. For the Wednesday front line, we do have core retail sales releasing Wednesday, and retail sales as well there. And Thursday, we do have the fully fed manufacturing index, and another FOMC member Bullard speaks, and then we do have unemployment claims, and another member of the Fed speaking, which is Mr. speaking as well. Yeah, so for the US30, for the US30 analysis, let me give my perspective for US30. So I do see that US30 is out of its bear market territory. So I'm going to analyze it with my strategy right here. So you can see that with this trend here, we can see that last week's close actually broke above the broken trend now, which was in the bear market. So we're now heading into a full bull market with US30. So we can see that for last week Friday's weekly close gave that push up to the broken trend now, acting as a support line, with this week's candle acting as support slightly there for this broken trend. So we can see that US30 is in a full bull market there. Slightly low for this week, but we do see maybe markets pushing up to a higher level for US30, but we do see its next resistance zone for US30 at roughly 35,863 points, with the support level just below where it's trading now at 33,423 points on US30. So US30 is above, broke up out of its bear market territory, so we do see positive upward movement there for US30, where we can see some consolidation here or there, or maybe a volatile trading, but we can see that US30 can head higher to a higher perspective. So let me just add an object here, like an arrow, to just show you what I mean by that. Let me just add a object here, lines. Yeah. So basically this is the outlook for US30. for the weekly time frame, I do see markets maybe heading higher for this week, slightly a bit higher. But for the upcoming weeks, we can head higher to a higher level for US30. So yeah, this is the analysis that I basically wanted to give my outlook for US30. So US30 is out of its bear market. So for the other indexes, we do see that it can also slightly break out of its bear market territory, and then we can head up to a full bull market. But yeah, so that's my outlook for the US30. I will be back with this week for more analysis on S&P and the Nasdaq 100 as well. I will analyze the dollar index, and I will analyze the 10-year Treasury yield as well. We are well below a 4% level on the 10-year Treasury yield. Yeah, so basically I'm going to analyze the dollar as well, and US 2000 small caps as well. Yeah, so maybe this week I'll analyze ZAR40 as well. I am from South Africa, so I'll analyze the JSE top 40 index, meaning all the companies within the top 40 JSE. So basically I'm going to give that outlook as well. So maybe I'll analyze a lot of indexes this week, but today I'll just be releasing this video, what I'm actually busy with now, which is my perspective of US30, which is out of its bear market territory, slightly above. We are in a full bull market with US30 there. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe and like this video, and do follow for more updates from myself.